at stake? Leadership in the SEC West.
Seems like there's more at stake than that after Les Miles, doesn't it?
Got it snapped. What's coming? John Parker Wilson. Fumble. LSU has recovered. Jacob Hester dives over. Touchdown. Nick Saban is back as the coach of the dreaded rival. Blocked. It is blocked. Wilson, quarterback sneak. Yes! Touchdown. Alabama remains undefeated. Here's Julio Jones. Gets by the safety, and he's got a chance. Touchdown, Alabama. The Crimson Tide win the West.
This guy's unbelievable. You can't do this stuff.
Oh my gosh! Now, fire up the crowd for the win. He nailed it! We are not all that far from the beautiful Mississippi River. Tigers Stadium on the campus of Louisiana State University. Moments ago, All-American defensive back Patrick Peterson leading his LSU teammates toward the venue for today's confrontation. At the opposite end of Tiger Stadium, former LSU coach Nick Saban, now the head man at Alabama. Some fans here hoping he becomes Tiger bait. Just another typical Saturday in the SEC. We welcome you, everybody, to the Home Depot SEC on CBS. First out of the tunnel, the Tigers of Louisiana State University. Their head coach, Les Miles. He succeeded Nick Saban, who is about to lead the Alabama Crimson Tide onto the field. Both teams, as you can see, come in with 7 wins and 1 defeat for the year. Good afternoon, everybody. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Tracy Wolfson along in just a moment. What's at stake here? Really simple. All of those goals that were posted on chalkboards back in August remain viable for whomever wins this game. Atlanta, national championship, a possibility. It adds a certain anticipation.
Vernon does. I think people all around the country are hooked on SEC football because of huge consequences in games just like this and great players. Now, we're going to see a little of everything in this game. Passes, finesse, trickery. But I think at the end of it, both sides are going to look at each other and say that the toughest team won. And I'm really looking forward to that.
Well, if there is a weak spot for LSU, it's got to be at the quarterback position.
Yeah, I'm afraid LSU can't run away from this one. Their quarterbacks they're playing to have not lived up to championship standards. Jefferson and Lee must play better to win. I think they have some help, though, in a different phase of the football game. I think they can look forward to their special teams helping them just enough to make that field a little shorter or add some points. You know, they say in football and offense, if you can just end with a kick. Well, they've got a great punter who gives them field position. They've got a great kicker that puts points on the board. And when the other team kicks, Patrick Peterson is the only player in college football that has plus 300 yards in punt returns and kickoff returns. He's a great one.
Alabama, the defending national champion. You think Alabama, I think you think running game. Not so much this year.
Yes, you're right. I mean, they got 2 great ones. You got a Heisman Trophy returning in Ingram. Trent Richardson is really a man's man. But on this version of this football team, they've become more of a passing team. Julio Jones has broken out. He has become a go-to guy and thus a must-stop guy for defenses. There's other guys, but if LSU is going to win, Patrick Peterson, their star, is going to have to stop Julio Jones, the other team star.
Well, the coaches are named Miles and Saban. And a moment ago, Tracy Wolfson with Nick Saban.
Coach, you're coming off the bye week. What did you focus on that you want to see implemented today?
Well, we want to play a complete game. I mean, we haven't played a complete game all year, and that means every play in the game for 60 minutes in the game and try to dominate the guy you're playing against. And it's effort, toughness, and it's focus to execute.
You're playing the #1 defense in the SEC, so how do you move the ball offensively?
Well, we're going to have to mix it up, and we got to have great balance today, but we got to be able to knock them off the ball a little bit up front. We got to be able to pass protect and avoid a negative play.
Thanks a lot.
Tracy, thank you. Sellout crowd, of course, on hand here. 62 degrees, wind out of the northeast, and the forecast sunny and cool. Alabama leads the overall series. Alabama, by the way, going for the 800th win in the history of the program today. And you saw the others. The winner of the SEC West has come out of this one for a number of years. Josh Jasper will kick off. And it's Trent Richardson who has a kickoff return for a touchdown this year. That was a 91-yarder. This will be Richardson at the 5. No TD this time. Deron Matthew, backup defensive back. And Lamine Barrow. Now here's Greg McElroy, starting quarterback. As a senior, they've emphasized the passing game a little more this year.
Well, everybody who's watched Alabama knows that a year ago they coached around McElroy early in the year, and then he earned it towards the end of the year. This year he has been a go-to quarterback.
McElroy under center. Julio Jones starts in motion. Ingram. That's the 500th carry for Mark Ingram as an Alabama Crimson Tide member. Chick-fil-A presents the offensive starting lineup. Up front, it's Carpenter, Warmack, Vlahos, Jones. Andre McCullough replaces Fluker at right tackle. Julio Jones, you saw 12 catches last game.
Ingram is way up here.
McElroy pulls up, drills it deep, man wide open, behind the intended receiver, but Julio Jones made the catch. Nope, now they're going to wave it off, incomplete.
I really felt when this ball was thrown late over the middle that LSU had a chance to get it, but it was thrown to the back shoulder. Julio had it for a second, but a great defensive play. Coming across, I think it was it Claiborne that came across, or was it Ron Brooks?
Francois.
Francois? Well,
yeah, the linebacker. How about that?
Confused me.
Third down. Across the middle, tipped, incomplete. Alabama, 3 and out.
About 1/3 of the time, LSU produces a 3 and out. And to start the game, you can see McElroy was off balance when he threw that, and LSU gets the ball in great field position.
Well, the ball was tipped by one of the great names in college football, Barkevius Mingo. Here's Peterson on the run, and how about this, out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
That is great confidence to go and grab a ball like that. He attacked that return.
28-yard return, a 28-yard punt, and 9 on the return. Here's Jordan Jefferson. Last 5 games, he and Jarrett Lee have been rotating. He's been without a touchdown pass since week 1. There's Jarrett Lee.
Well, how does LSU bust up the keys? You know Alabama's playing run with Jarrett Lee in the game. Excuse me, with Jordan Jefferson in the game.
Tolliver starts in motion. Terrence Tolliver. Toss, Ridley cuts it back 1-2 yards. Offensively for the LSU Tigers, presented by Chick-fil-A. You met the quarterback. Up front,
Hurry up. How about this?
Barksdale, DeRozic, Lonergan, Hebert, and Hurst. And a quick toss right side.
It's back-to-back weeks we've gotten that hurry up, Vern.
Yes, it's tough getting the lunges, and I can promise you.
Looks like they're going to do it again.
Tolliver, Peterson, Ridley, Stampley, Shepard. I'd give you more time, guys, but we ain't got it. Third down, toss. Halfback pass, Ridley. Nobody open. There was terrific double team coverage on Terrence Tolliver at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Mark Barron that time, the all-SEC safety, did not fall for that play at all. He was there. Watch Barron, number 4, smell it out. He's right down here, nowhere to go with the football. Great defensive stand.
And so, fourth down from the 41. Derek Helton did an incredibly good job at Auburn in their last encounter, but it's going to be Jasper. Helton had 5 punts down inside the 10-yard line. Jasper is the pooch punter, so to speak, and he's been very effective this year as well. Flag is down.
Yeah, delay a game. Not a big one.
Delay of game. Offense. Penalties decline. Fourth down.
Marquise May, excuse me, Gary.
Nick Saban countering, saying they must want to punt from a little better angle, back 5, so he declines it.
Marquise Mays.
Mays is at the 10. Jasper, just a footnote, twice this year he's run out of this pooch punt formation for first downs.
Yeah, Alabama's in a defense safe here, though. They're going to force the punt. It looks good.
Sure does. Took an Alabama hawk.
Drake Kirkpatrick did a great job on the gunner that time. Had he not gotten the block, that would have been down inside the 10.
Well, a wasted opportunity for LSU. The Heisman Trophy winner on the field when we come back. LG, as a proud NCAA corporate partner, presents great SEC rivalries.
It's all about tailgating, flag waving, drink shaking, face paint.
It is blocked. It is blocked. He is in. Touchdown. Touchdown, Alabama.
All day Dixie Way, Saturday in the South.
LSU and Dallas Saturday in the SEC, baby. Go Tiger!
That young man's in his third year as a member of the debate squad. Alabama leads 25-8-2 in Baton Rouge. They went through a streak over 30 years of 15 straight visits here without losing. High formation. No, I beg your pardon. McElroy is 5 yards back.
Yeah, the pistol formation.
Yep. 3 receivers to the right side. Ingram. And let's set the Louisiana State University defense. They got shredded for 440 yards on the ground by Auburn 2 weeks ago, but still outstanding group. Francois, Shepard, Baker, the linebackers. And another quick count. There's a spin move by Ingram. A flag, 2 flags are down. This one might go to the south.
Baker chased him out of
Probably one of the wide receivers on the edge, trying to be aggressive. Marquise Mays, perhaps.
If so, you'll hear number 4 being mentioned.
Unbalanced line. Both teams in the bye week used their time wisely.
Block in the back. Offense number 4. 10-yard penalty to the previous spot. Repeat second down.
You know, here's what looks like to me. Both sides have looked at the tapes and said, we just can't play a normal, you know, 1st and 10 offense. We got to change it up to move it against these. And you see the bottom of the screen right there. Mays gets the push in the back and trying to do a little bit too much. giving a little change-ups to these teams. Neither side has a Cam Newton. Let's be honest on that.
There you are. Second down and 12. Draw play. Ingram hit behind the line. And then hit for a second time. He's out to the 21, and to wrap up this defensive unit for LSU, in the backfield, Claiborne, Brendan Taylor, Carnell Hatcher, and the All-American Patrick Peterson. Third down, 8. Mays, Darius Hanks, wide to the right. Julio Jones, wide left.
Matched up with Peterson.
Who's up on the line of scrimmage. Ron Brooks running, tipped, intercepted. That's only the 4th interception this year for McElroy. Calvin Shepard, who's having an all-SEC year.
Well, it was to the tight end with a slot player this time. Watch, right here is who he's trying to get the ball to in this little empty void. McElroy looks left, throws the ball hard, and it off the hands right into Shepard. McElroy came to the game with 121 straight passes without interception. Tried to stick that and went into Preston Dial, and it bounced right to Calvin Shepard. Nice start.
Calvin Shepard gets the interception. For more, let's go down to Tracy Wolfson.
Well, thanks for enduring pregame. Shepard, one of the leaders of this team, gathered the whole team together. He said, we're getting no respect. We're 7-1. Protect our house and win this. He was so emotional. He was literally in tears. He meant what he said, and we saw him step it up right there, guys.
Indeed. And for the second time, LSU starts inside Alabama country. There's a handoff to Spencer Ware, number 16. And let's check the Alabama defense. Darius Chapman and Kerry Murphy is at one defensive end spot, linebackers. Chavis Williams, Nico Johnson, Dante Hightower, Courtney Upshaw. And Milliner, Barron, Ronnie Lester, and Dre Kirkpatrick. Mark Barron, you already saw him deep defending the halfback pass a while ago.
And it's Russell Shepard aligned next to Jefferson now in the backfield. Quarterback slash receiver.
Option. The pitch, Russell Shepard. Tough to find a home for him. Recruited as a quarterback, one of the most highly touted high school quarterbacks in the country. Did not get into action much. Now they moved him essentially to wide receiver. Very high school numbers at Cypress Ridge in the Houston area. 3,300 passing yards. Now third down and 7.
LSU has not attempted a pass, as you can see, 5-0.
Here's the first. Jefferson just dumps the ball, and it's caught, but it's going to be short of the first down. That was Richard Murphy, number 18.
Well, one of the trademarks of Kirby Smart and Nick Saban's defense is a disciplined zone defense. Watch the drops. Too deep. They pattern read within their zone. They distort their zone to the patterns. They just don't run to spots. They follow the patterns within the zone, and they do a good job of forcing the short drop-off. Nice 3-and-out from Kirby Smart's defense for Alabama.
That brings on Josh Jasper, who is 14 of 17 this year. This from 45 yards out. You can see he's had a terrific career for the Tigers. Got it! LSU on the board first. Josh Jasper, 15th successful field goal this year. Brings the approval from his head coach. Josh Jasper will kick off. He authored that 45-yard field goal And you can see they have won 7 straight when scoring first. Richardson and Julio Jones are back, and that's bobbled into the end zone. Richardson, whoa!
Does not have to bring it out. Does not have to bring it out.
But he was indecisive, wasn't
yes, he didn't. I think Julio Jones might have helped him there. It's the momentum of the ball, not where he touched it. He's safe in there right now.
Yep.
And now it's the ball, not his foot or his hand. It's where the ball is. Julio Jones goes, stay.
It's all about impetus. And the impetus of the ball sent it into the end zone. From the 20, trailing by 3. And Trent Richardson is in the backfield, hands it off to Julio Jones. And Jones up to the 24-yard line. Let's go back to the studio for this John Hancock update. Here's Tim in New York.
Bert, I've got a calculator game at the Big House. Michigan scored and converted a 2-point conversion in the 3rd overtime, and then Nathan Schillhouse, after a touchdown on the 2-point conversion, is sacked. The final 67-65. The last time these two played in basketball, Illinois won 51-44. Back to you.
You know, Tim, we can top them. Auburn, Arkansas. Without overtime. Fumble.
Yep.
Ball on the ground in a scramble. Who got it?
I'll tell you, that's something you do not see very often. Coming into the game, Richardson and Ingram had touched the ball 840 times.
Right.
And 2 fumbles. That could have been the 3rd right there. Julio Jones doesn't get it. And who does? And ball, no one did. Is that what it did? Did it go out of bounds?
Let's see.
Julio Jones at the it
Yes.
just gets forced out of bounds. My.
Well, between the two of them, there's Pep Livingston, who was injured 2 weeks ago and questionable for this game.
Well, and now think about this, what's happening to Alabama in this football game. They're #1 in the SEC in ball security. I mean, in the SEC, they've only had 4 giveaways. And so far, they've had an interception, almost a disastrous fumble.
In his career, that is Trent Richardson's 6th fumble. He's only lost 1. Mark Ingram has now rushed for 502 times. He's only lost 1. Here are the fumbles lost between the two of them.
It's a short reel. We just keep those 2. I remember that one. I had just given him the Heisman Trophy, and he fumbled right after I said it. Remember?
That's it.
And that led to some stuff at the end. Remember Cody and the field goal?
3rd down. Comes left. Julio Jones got the 1st down. Patrick Peterson, Julio Jones, a couple of great college athletes.
And on the play, Brandon Taylor, their versatile safety, who kind of doubles as a corner on the play, pulled up. I don't know if he pulled a hamstring or what, but he went down.
He's down at the 40.
Julio Jones comes out on Peterson. Great matchup. Offense has the advantage. Good pitch and catch. And I thought inside, Brandon Taylor had man-to-man coverage. Watch as he goes for the fake. See if his knee doesn't collapse. Watch this. He goes one way, and as he plants, he has nothing to come back the other way.
Brandon Taylor still down. Medical staff on the field. We'll be right back. 3-0 here. Brandon Taylor assisted off the field. Everybody in the Southeast Conference aware, I think, of the tragic death of 20-year-old Nick Bell, diagnosed with cancer in September. Passed away last week. Funeral services for 20-year-old Nick Bell held today in Birmingham, Alabama. And we wish his family the best. 1st down and 10 here. after the Julio Jones catch. Blitz from the corner threatened. They're coming. McElroy steps up, hit, lets it go, incomplete. He did get rid of it. He was hit by Drake Nevis. It was intended for Michael Williams.
Vern, I was out of practice Thursday, and Drake was standing right next to me and kind of said, give me some notation. And I said, all you got to do is do a Nick Fairley and make some plays, and I'll notice you. Well, I'm noticing you. He is one of those key front defensive linemen that must have an impact on this game.
Second down 10.
True freshman Eric Reed is in the game for the injury.
Right. Brandon Taylor on the bench.
Number 1 right there.
Handoff Richardson goes by Reed, but he's caught up high by Kendrick Adams, number 94. Well, Drake Nevis, he was anointed by an All-American predecessor, Glenn Dorsey, who said Drake Nevis is going to be the next great defensive tackle at LSU.
That's a good vote. If Dorsey thinks you can do it. Drake has been dominant at times. Lately, though, he's been a bit quiet. He told me I'll notice him.
3rd and 8. Blitz.
Oh, great.
How about that?
That's the freshman, too, isn't it?
It is. Eric Reed. 4th down.
That is an aggressive play, and why those 4- and 5-star recruits are worth recruiting, because this is a quick screen to the outside, and Reed attacks it. He doesn't sit back. He runs right by Julio Jones's block and makes the play.
Patrick Peterson, 2 returns for touchdowns this year. He's waiting for it at the 31. Corey Mandel is the punter. He'll punt for just the 25th time this year, averaging right at 40 yards. This is a good one, but Peterson with a chance to run it back. Out of bounds, 36-yard line. 47-yard punt, 9 on the return. CBSSports.com college football experts are on Facebook chatting about today's game. You can join the conversation now at facebook.com/CBS Sports.
You know what I sense here is the field has been tilted towards LSU because of the turnover and the good field position they've had. But I think if you're a road team and you can survive the initial emotion of a football game, it's 3-0, no big deal. I think if you're an Alabama football player with Jarrett Lee in the game now, you're a bit pleased with this start.
Lee, the rotating quarterback who was a starter as a freshman 2 years ago, and he hands it off to Ridley. So we've had this since the Tennessee game.
Right.
Jarrett Lee rotating. He's not started, but he gives way to Jefferson.
In the first couple games, it worked really well, I
Right.
thought. But since then, it's stumbled a bit. LSU still has not produced a first down in this game.
Second down, handoff. They haven't thrown much either. There's Ridley. Well, that last graphic we just showed, very interesting, that Jarrett Lee has gone 86 passes without an interception, because the note on him, and we've got another injured player down, Alex Hurst, who was told, we were told yesterday, is the best of the offensive line right now. He's the right tackle.
Yeah, he goes 6'6", 330 pounds. Lines up at right tackle. Let's see if we can figure out here what happened to him. Number 72 right there. Probably friendly fire, huh? No, falling right on the back of him that time. The Alabama player, Damian Square, falls right on the back of him.
So time taken while the medical staff pays attention to Alex Hurst. He'll now be assisted off the field. Now you see the back of Will Blackwell. He's out for the year with an injury, starting offensive lineman, and there's Alex Hurst just assisted to the sideline. I'm sure Tracy will get a report as soon as she's got some information. First down, first down in the game for LSU. Ridley. Not much there. Greg Shaw, number 75, has taken her spot at right tackle. Look at this. First downs 2, injuries 3. Tolliver breaks the huddle, goes wide to the left on 2nd down and 9.
Combined first downs, too.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what jumped out on me, Vern. Yes, they got gouged by Auburn and a great player, but the tapes don't lie. LSU's defense is top-notch. Alabama's defense is top-notch. This is going to be one of those games. Who's going to give in? Who's going to find something? Who can run over the other guy?
3rd and 8. Lee back. Nobody open. Heaves it deep. Picked off.
Nope, dropped it.
Dropped.
That is right there in a nutshell Jarrett Lee's problem. The initial throw isn't there, and then he loses perspective, throws off balance, and tries to stick a ball in that he has no business trying. Watch Lee. First look isn't there. Now watch this throw. Throwing backwards, jump inside. They don't even let Brett Favre do that. He's not that talented to make that throw.
And so Derek Helton is on to punt, number 38. That's another dandy by Helton. He had such a superb afternoon over at Auburn. This one not quite that effective. But out of bounds at the 19. The crowd murmuring they didn't think he got a very good spot on that. Well, SEC West, Auburn, of course. They're out of conference today. Alabama and LSU at 4-1 in conference play. Mississippi State, Arkansas, and then Ole Miss. If Alabama wins, they keep their aspirations alive, and they're very viable to get back to Atlanta.
Oh yeah, they control their own destiny.
Yes.
Obviously, 3 home games remaining, and of course one of them being Auburn.
Ole Miss is coming in here next week to play LSU, and they need a little help. From the 20.
LSU.
I think you inspired me.
Not hard to get your name when we do a game, is it, Vern?
No.
Get your name called all the time. Just go out there and make plays. Excuse me, couldn't get it going right there. Runs right through Carpenter's block, who had a great game last week, graded out the highest of all the Alabama offensive linemen, and he ran right through it. So that does not look good.
No. 2nd down 9. McElroy looking left. Now he fires right. He's got a man wide open. And let's go down to Tracy for an injury update.
That's right, guys. 2 injury updates. Safety Brandon Taylor is out with an injury to his right foot. Right tackle Alex Hurst is out with a right ankle injury. Both were taken into the locker room for x-rays.
Thank you, Tracy. First down as Preston Dial makes the last catch. There's a good look at Alex Hurst, sophomore from Arlington, Tennessee. First down 10. 3-0 LSU. Ingram, a yard.
Tell you, you have somebody run for 440 yards on you, and John Chavis is your defensive coordinator, and then worse luck than that, you've got 2 weeks to play the next game.
Right.
John Chavis, as you're looking at him right there, is going to get in your ear and challenge you to stop the run. It's always been his philosophy. Load the box, stop the run, and then we'll take our chances in the backside.
2nd down 8.
And Peterson has chased Julio Jones over here. He is trailing him and matching up with him.
Ingram coming left, gets a good block and slices between defenders out near the 46. That might be enough. It is going to be enough for another first down. A gain of 9. Barkevius Mingo makes the tackle.
Well, One of the things that I've always admired about the style of Mark Ingram is his forward lean. When he sees a crack, he trusts his blockers and attacks that play and slashes in there. He's not had a lot of attempts. And, you know, he's just averaging just under 15 attempts a game in the past few games. He hasn't get a lot of touches, so he should be healthy. And here we go, Wildcat, huh?
With Ingram in the backfield to take the snap. He'll run it. Remember that amazing performance against South Carolina last year, the night in which he probably secured the Heisman Trophy. Out of the Wildcat, he ran for 246 yards that night. Mark Ingram, knee surgery in August. He missed the first 2 games this year, but then came back. His first game back, huge game against Duke, and he ran well in the next game, and then has kind of tailed off a little bit, just a bit. 1:15 to go, third quarter. McElroy, Julio Jones.
Oh, man.
What a pretty play.
Back shoulder. I don't care how good you are. And Patrick Peterson has to just tip his hat and say, I can't cover him any better than that. I'm forcing a back shoulder throw, and watch Julio Jones go get it at the top. They don't do that any better on Sunday than that right there, and both of those guys will be there soon.
That's a gain of 19. Now it's Peterson and Jones. They're going at each other for the 3rd time in as many years. 2 of the best in the game. There's a little slant pattern, and in front of Peterson, Jones makes another catch.
Well, I wrote this note down that the last time they faced each other in their 7 attempts, that he really did the job on Julio Jones. He didn't catch any of them when Peterson was on him. Well, he won't be able to say that this year.
No.
And you know what's a big part of that is Greg McElroy's a better quarterback than he was a year ago.
That will be the final play of the first quarter, as McElroy and Jones have teamed up to move Alabama down the field. That's the end of 1, with LSU leading 3-0. We'll return to Tiger Stadium after this message and this word from your local station. 3-0 here, with LSU holding on to a slight lead. And we've seen a battle going on now between Julio Jones, Patrick Peterson. It's not the first time they've met.
No, since they were true freshmen, they've been key players in this game. This is 2008 in overtime. Great coverage, back shoulder throw. I remember when Peterson had the cramps in last year's game, he was not on the field for this one, and it was a rather big play in the football game. When he was out there last year, he was successful against Julio Jones. We all remember this play. The interception that was ruled not to be. And of course, in the game today, as advertised, these 2 guys go at each other, and a great back shoulder throw has Alabama set up almost to red plus territory to get a scoring opportunity.
2nd down 1 at the 23. McElroy, the handoff, right side, big hole. Richardson diving for the end zone, down at the 1.
That's a pretty special play right there. This is a man that's about as strong as you can find at running back in college football. Well blocked up front against an outstanding defense. Look at the balance. He twists, he turns, accelerates for the goal line, reaches out. I don't know if he got it, how close it was, but very, very close.
1st down and goal. Brad Smelly, number 17, along with Preston Dial in the backfield. They load up to the left. Richardson. Nothing.
Does it not strike you that Smelly and Dial, the two tight ends, take the spot of Terrence Cody by themselves. I mean, in weight and everything.
Yes.
Remember, Cody was right there. He'd do it by, takes two guys. Remember, we had 3 guys for Tebow last week. Well, it's 2 guys to replace Terrence Cody.
That's right. Take a look at the Verizon red zone. It's 2nd down and goal. 2nd man through. Stopped again. Preston Dial saw something he didn't like and ducked in there rather quickly.
Well, there's a lot of pride when you have a team a week ago put all those yards on you and you have a goal line stand. Now it's 3rd and short. Do they throw the play action pass or do they run it 2 more times? What does Jim McElwain and Nick Saban want to do?
That's Preston Dial. Play action. McElroy heaves it out. Caught. Richardson. Got it. They rule he broke the plane. Patrick Peterson. Disagreement.
I'll tell you, this is just the competition. You got to love this. Watch Patrick Peterson and Trent Richardson compete here. Number 7 on number 3. Watch him compete. He knows it's going to him.
Previous play is under
He
further
comes
review.
up, makes the tackle, and one last leap, one last stretch with the football. That is 2 guys going at it.
Well, the play is under review. Jim Allison is the replay official up here.
Remember, Peterson is a corner. Manning up like that. That's man against man.
It appeared Richardson, to me at least, that with that last effort, he broke the plane.
You know, and the ball came out of his hand right as it was coming to the plane, too. So now did it cross the plane before he lost possession of it? That's what I think they'll be looking at. Watch real carefully here. Is the ball coming out as it goes across? And remember, it was called a touchdown.
Right. There's the end zone view.
Yeah, I think he had that football, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
And it was so called on the field,
yes.
So
I think he was still controlling that ball, and that's going to be called a touchdown.
Tracy reporting to us that Richardson was injured on the play.
That's, boy, I tell you, you can't see the football there. It looks like an open hand on that one there. This might take a while. See, does the ball slip out before he crosses the line? And if it goes out of the end zone, it's a touchback, and it becomes LSU's ball. If it goes out before the pylon, they get another down.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Another look from the end zone, Gary.
You got to get rid of those shadows, Vern. That's the way it is. That's There's one shadow on the field. It's right where it happened, right there.
That's next. Jeremy Shelley with the extra point. It is up and it is good. Richardson with the pass reception, 3rd straight in which he has caught a TD on 3rd and goal. Greg McElroy rolls out, finds his running back Trent Richardson. Alabama leads. We welcome all of you back to Baton Rouge, Death Valley, Tiger Stadium. This annual battle between Alabama and LSU, and the Crimson Tide has just gone 81 yards, 11 plays. They get the lead on a 1-yard touchdown pass. Greg McElroy to Trent Richardson. Now Ron Brooks and Patrick Peterson await the kickoff. Here it is. And that one's going to go out of bounds. Oh, brother. So that'll come out all the way to the 40, and that'll take a little oomph out of that celebration on the Alabama sideline. Nevertheless, talk about that drive.
Yes, 4 for 4 for their quarterback. And, you know, I'm Greg McElroy. The more you watch him play, the more you see why Alabama has such great confidence in him. Even the interception was a well-thrown football. Now, what does LSU do here? As good as Alabama runs the ball, they have to throw it a little bit. I think LSU is going to have to do the same thing. You can't hide your quarterbacks in college football. Maybe in some leagues, but not in this league.
Well, the ball comes all the way out to the 40-yard line after that out-of-bounds kickoff. And we will see Jordan Jefferson back on the field now. So only one series for Jared Lee, and he's out. Option left. Jefferson keeps it. Pitches at the last minute. I'm not so sure about the wisdom of that little toss. Well, Trent Richardson shaken up on the touchdown catch. Let's get more from Tracy.
That's right. They're calling it a left knee contusion. They were looking at it on the sidelines. They didn't do anything more. They put him on the stationary bike where he's been riding right now for just a few minutes. They said he will return, guys. All
right, Tracy, thank you. 5 yards in the last game. Terrence Tolliver, Ruben Randall break the huddle, go wide to the right.
Another bit of this hurry up on second down.
Jefferson reverses field. Nothing. Well, let's go back and spend a moment with Tim Brando for this update. Here's Tim.
Fellas, Justin Blackman returned from suspension. Here's one of his 2 touchdowns of the day. Oklahoma State rolls over Baylor. School record 725 yards total offense as Oklahoma State seizes control of the Big 12 South away from the Baylor Bears. Back to you.
All right, Tim, thank you. 3rd and 6.
And LSU is 0 for 3 on 3rd down, and that's nothing new going against Alabama. They've been one of the best in the country the last 3 years.
Blitz threatened from the corner. Wide receivers left and right, 2 each. Now they back off and bring only 11. Upshaw almost got there. The pass complete at the 44-yard line. Terrence Tolliver, number 80. Had a couple of drops in the loss at Auburn and really beat himself up over that. We had a chance to spend 25 minutes or so with him yesterday. He said there will be no drops today.
Take a peek over here. This is the backup. Greg Shaw does a nice job on Dante Hightower there to make that play happen.
Left side, this is Richard Murphy, number 18. Senior who's wearing 18. That's a new tradition for LSU. It started with Matt Malk at quarterback, and after he graduated, having led this LSU team to a national title, he willed number 18 to Jacob Hester. Then it was given to Richard Dixon, and this year 18 is being worn by Richard Murphy. Jefferson, man in his face, incomplete. Milliner was defending. Hightower with the pressure.
Correct. Hightower goes to defensive end on 3rd down nickel package. I think they call it their rabbit package. But on this time it was a linebacker blitz, and Jefferson was forced to get that one away.
All right, credited to Hightower.
3rd and 8. D'Angelo Peterson in a slot to the right. Jefferson steps up, caught and dropped. Dante Hightower again.
This time Kirby Smart came with a 3-man look, but an overloaded blitz. A zone blitz coming from the left side right here. Look, it's 3 men, but both linebackers come. It's handled well to start out with by LSU, but then just kind of overrun, and Hightower cleans it up. Hightower was almost in a spy position that time in case he was forced out of the pocket.
Marquise Mays back to return the punt of Josh Jasper on 4th and 8. Comes left, out of bounds.
Mays
And it will be marked at the 15-yard line. CBS Sports coverage of the Home Depot SEC will continue after this word from your local station. Alabama Crimson Tide 81-yard drive. The last time they had the football, they lead 7-3. Nice moment pregame, about an hour and a half before kickoff. On the left, Les Miles. On the right, Nick Saban. Gary, you said you didn't see that very often.
No, you don't usually see those coaches come out that early to walk the field. Just by coincidence, both Les and Nick like to walk the field real early, and they were able to meet each other.
Well, the current and former LSU coach, and it's time to cue the duck. The Aflac trivia question: which LSU head coach has the most career wins against Alabama? Here's McElroy, handoff, Ingram, little skip, and he picks up 3, perhaps 4. Kendrick Adams, number 94, makes the stop.
Yeah, running that right at the guy they usually run at, number 85, Preston Dial. Watch him right there. Preston Dial comes out, gets his block, creates a crease. Should be able to do it. It was Patrick Peterson he was matched up against. Do love the way Peterson plays all facets of the game. He sticks his nose in there on the run, and of course he does it well on the pass.
Well played. Not much. Well, great battle going on out in Salt Lake. Let's get an update. Here's Tim in New York.
All right, Vern, over on CBS College, I'm going to show you a little wild frog formation. Jeremy Curley is in the game. Passes to Bart Johnson, 26 yards, 21-0 TCU. Boise has now opened up its 20-0 TCU, and now a 19-0 lead turned 21-0 Boise State, and Oregon and Washington are tied at 3. Back to you.
All right, Tim, 3rd down 4 here. 7-3. McElroy with time, finds Julio Jones,
what a
and
play.
Patrick Peterson denied. Well, give that one to Patrick Peterson.
Well, watch Julio Jones almost has to go behind the line of scrimmage to get across the field. He almost has to avoid a linebacker, and then Patrick Peterson comes and makes the tackle. Wonderful defense.
4th down 2. Peterson wins that one. And now he goes back to return the punt. As we mentioned, he has 2 returned for touchdowns this year in the opener against North Carolina and later against West Virginia.
He says, I hate to fair catch him.
Oh, yeah.
And he
has to there.
And he did it.
He said, I promised the guys I'm not going to fair catch. Gary and I looked at him and said, how many times have you had to fair catch this year? He said, well, a couple.
Yeah.
Just a couple. Current BCS standings. You just heard Tim update us with TCU, Utah, Boise State. Well, there's Boise State, currently 4th in the BCS. I've learned, Mr. Danielson, that you sometimes have a different take.
Well, I'm asked all the time, and
okay.
I'm a big school guy on this one, and everybody asks me, how can these guys bust through the door? Well, I say do it the way Florida State did in Bobby Bowden. That's his opponents. He went 10-2, 2-1 loss, 2 losses by 1 point. That win against Nebraska, Bobby Bowden says, was a program changer, and it's not just how many you win, it's the willingness to take people on. Look what they did in 1981. The next year they went 6-5, but in 5 consecutive weeks they played 1 game in October and then in September, then 4 straight weeks, all on the road. Knock the door down if you want to play with the big guys.
On 1st down, Jarrett Lee is back in. Jarrett Lee is now down. Josh Chapman.
Yeah, speaking of big guys.
Yes.
Right on the nose this time. Does an arm over. Actually, he gets by 2 people. Up, he gets by T-Bob Abear, and then the running back can't get him, and a big sack up front.
That is Chapman's first sack of 2010. And it's a loss of 12 all the way back to the 15. On second down, Lee inside. D'Angelo Peterson, yeah, that was. And gets the yardage back +3.
See, that's when he's at his best, Jarrett Lee. When he throws with his rhythm and he knows where that ball's going. He knew all the way. This time the slot was uncovered. He quick fake, get it to the slot, puts it in a position where it's third and it's short and manageable against this Alabama third down defense.
3rd and 6. See Jefferson 2 of 3 so far. So also, well, they're right. Neither has been very impressive throwing the ball, quite frankly. Here's Lee behind the receiver, tipped and incomplete.
Inaccurate throw. I don't know if they would have got the first down anyway, but it was not accurate enough. We always talk about this. These short throws, the receivers do not have enough time to react to the throw. They have to be very accurate. Look at that. It's way behind. And LSU was very fortunate that that ball was not intercepted off the tip.
Russell Shepard, the intended receiver. Dante Hightower is putting some pressure.
Vern, if Russell Shepard had not reached back, that would have been intercepted and tipped it.
So Derek Hilton is on to punt. A little bit of pressure applied by Alabama. Marquise Mays at the 24. Heading to his left. And he gets to the 26. So a lot of running for a 6-foot gain.
That was excellent coverage by LSU.
45-yard punt. They'll give him 3 on the return. Time has been taken. 7-3 Alabama. All right, thank you, Tim. Aerial coverage of the SEC on CBS Sports provided by MetLife. 90,000 plus on hand here at Tiger Stadium, Death Valley. A rare day game. Folks here love their Saturday night in Death Valley, much more so than they do playing in the bright sunshine. And the record reflects it, by the way. 7-3 Alabama. Blitz threatens. McElroy dances right, fires it, caught. Darius Hanks.
Yeah, this one's coming back, though, I think. Good effort by that front four from LSU. Forced a grab, I believe.
Hanks. Claiborne ran him out of bounds.
24-yard gain, but
Holding. Offense 22. 10-yard penalty for the previous spot. Still first down.
Well, you heard the number. Mark Ingram helping out on the play. Good effort up front. Ingram kind of gets bowled over. You see the jersey. Once the jersey comes up, he's going to get called for it. Tyrann Mathieu was the guy who was coming in off the slot.
well, that wipes out a 24-yard gain. Put the ball at the 16-yard line.
That's 2 true freshmen on the field for LSU. Number 14 and number 1.
Well play, Ingram going left. Avoids the first, gets by the second.
That's stop and go that he has. He is amazing. He can run full speed and stop. You know, take that pursuit and let him go by. Watch him read it. Bounce outside. Just follow number 85. Then accelerate. Now watch him stop. Dead stop.
Well, Carnell Hatcher is the fellow who first tackled Air and then caught up from behind. See, the first 3 games, a 7.9 yards per carry average. It's under 5 in the last 3. That's prior to today. 2nd down and 7. Wildcat.
I got a feeling that there's no Duke on the second 3 games, is there? I think the first 3 games had that Duke team in there.
Yeah, that was a 62-0, something like that. 62-13 was the final. That was Mark Ingram's first game back.
Well, this is that 3rd down situation where Alabama loves to run that little screen pass. Hard to run it from empty.
Yeah. Four-man rush. McElroy up. Comes right. Lets it go. Caught. That's Darius Hanks. Spin move for an extra 2 yards. And Alabama moves the chain.
You know, it's one thing being able to feel the rush and maneuver yourself out of those problems like Greg does on this play. He feels it, steps up. Now watch how accurately he throws the ball. This player was not that open. This ball had to be thrown to the outside. Look at that, right on his front shoulder pad. Didn't have to reach behind or anything. Perfect ball placement.
And a first down 10. McElroy has hit his last 7. Intercepted earlier in this game, only his 4th pick of the season. McElroy right side, man open. Yep. And that was Julio Jones again. This time, Carnell Hatcher was there, and Morris Claiborne, no Patrick Peterson.
Yeah, Morris Claiborne is now signaling over to number 7. This guy's hard to cover. You know, I think one of the most improved, as good as Julio has been in his career, his route running is really coming on. I watched him early in the year. He is a much improved route runner from where he began this season or in his past 2 years.
Now he's matched up with Peterson top of the screen.
He always has been strong. Everyone knows the scouting report on him.
Ingram. Left tackle inside the 40, 38-yard line. Downs with a stop.
Our feature matchup. 2 great football players. We got a lot of guys on the field that we can watch. These are the 2 you can't take their eye off. 2 men that compete every play. Each of them, as you see Julio right there, has gotten the better of the other one. But you know what? Both teams depend on them to make the plays throughout the game.
Second down 7, and it's Peterson and Jones to the near side now. McElroy. Caught and dropped. Kelvin Shepherd was one of those who cut through and got to the meeting.
I think it was Ryan Baker who actually came late. Baker on a delayed blitz. Watch him come late. Shepherd takes the block, and then Baker and Shepherd meet at the quarterback. They each got 1 leg.
Third down 15. Under 2 to go, first half.
That's the scouting report on John Chavis. Always has been. He's going to come after you.
Nevis with a real great job.
He forced another call on him, too.
That's going to be holding as Nevis broke through almost immediately.
He has been double teamed with the guard in the center all game. I've been watching you, Drake. You have been playing football.
Offense 73. Penalties decline. 4th down.
And William Blahos had no choice but to grab him that time, and he has been coming every play, full speed, right at the quarterback. All effort from Drake Nevis.
Holding against the time.
The holding penalty on Blahos is declined. And Cody Mandel is on to punt. Patrick Peterson waits at the 10-yard line. Oh, that takes a nice Alabama bounce.
You're supposed to catch those. That landed right on the 10-yard line for that specific reason right there.
44-yard punt. Nothing on the return, and time to listen to the duck again. Which LSU head coach has the most career wins against Alabama? Oh, you could kind of see that.
Yeah,
right?
that was a good one.
Yeah. Now the point is, if Saban's team loses today, Les Miles will tie him.
And Les is going, yeah, but I had to go against Nick Saban. Nick Saban didn't.
Right.
Right.
On first down. Ridley. Now how have others fared? Paul Dietzel was 2-0. Orensbarger never lost. And poor old Charlie McClendon had a great career here against everybody except the Bear. (7-3) Alabama. They did take a timeout just a moment ago. They've got 2 left, and we're just a few moments away. The Geico halftime report. Tim Spencer, Tony Barnhart back in our New York studios. Get you caught up with all that's going on around the country.
Well, here's the dilemma for LSU. They only have 2 first downs the entire first half, but they need one badly because Alabama's going to use all their timeouts to force a punt.
Here's second down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ridley. It'll be timeout Alabama, I'm sure.
And here's the tough call for Les Miles, Vern. We talked about it in the open. You can't hide a quarterback in this league. However, do you ask a quarterback to do something he's not capable of? A turnover destroys you. Do you just say we're going to run it and punt it if we have to?
Time has been taken by Alabama. We'll step aside.
All right, we've given Patrick Peterson a lot of kudos here. The first half he gets right. He starts with his heels on the 10. The second half he doesn't. The ball landed right on the 10-yard line. Right there, look at that 10-yard line, right where his heels were, and that really forced this bad field position for LSU.
Third down 4. Alabama has 1 timeout left. Michael Ford is the running back. Here's the option. And the pitch. Ford.
Perfect.
Oh, yes.
That was a perfect job by Russell Shepard. I've said in the by Jordan Jefferson. I've said in the past that he's not a great option quarterback, but on this one, Jordan Jefferson does exactly what he should. Wait. Wait for the tackle, and at the last second, Jordan Jefferson pitches it for the first down. That is perfect.
And that leaves us with 1:06 to go before the break.
Now you have to be careful here and get out of the half.
Stephen Ridley back in the lineup. And he gets out to the 20.
I don't see what the hurry is.
No. Murphy comes on the field.
Pick up 5 yards. Second down. 5. 22 yards.
40 seconds to go. Now he's going to throw it.
It's a very, very dangerous situation. Now, you love the let-her-rip attitude by Les Miles right there, but a mistake here is disastrous.
Now, Jefferson for the year has thrown 52%, so it's iffy when he lets it fly, but he got that one. He's going to throw it again. It's caught by D'Angelo Peterson up at the 38-yard line. 39.
LSU will use their timeouts now.
Goodness. Time taken. We'll be right back.
I would say LSU's got to get it pretty close to the 35-yard line. Somewhere around there to get a shot for Jasper.
They do have 2 timeouts left. 21 seconds to go, 2nd and 1. And Jefferson has hit his last 2 passes. Alabama brings forward, Jefferson back. Deep left side, he's got a man open. Ruben Randall was there. And Jefferson overshot him by 2 feet.
And you know what? When you've got struggling quarterbacks and you're a highly recruited wide receiver, you got to make this play. He had 40 yards to watch this ball. LSU people are saying, can somebody make a play? I mean, it wasn't an easy one. I know. It wasn't an easy one. I'll give you that. But it would have been a nice one.
There's Ridley with a handoff. He does pick up the first down, but it comes with 10 seconds to go. So Les Miles, Gary Croton, they went deep and they had what they wanted.
Well, I like the call because if you make a mistake, it happens way down on the other end of the field. crowd is murmuring because the clock started again. That'll be the end of the half.
They will leave the field with 2 timeouts in their pocket. Murmuring. So the unexpected deep throw almost worked, and then opted to not take either the 2 timeouts. Let's go down to Tracy, who's with Coach Miles.
Coach, once again, we see your 2 quarterbacks struggling. We saw a little something there, but what else can you change to get this offense going?
We need to continue to run the football. In my opinion, the back end of the half, we threw the ball better. We continue to. This game's going to be like this. This is going to be a hard-fought game to the bitter end. We're playing a good defense. Don't expect anybody to go up and down the field. But this second half we're just where we need to be.
Everyone was talking about the matchup between Julio Jones and Patrick Peterson. What have you seen so far?
I think it's a physical matchup. You know, it's yet to be said. The back end of this game will tell you.
Thanks a lot. Vern?
All right, Tracy, thank you. That's the end of the first half. The score 7-3 Alabama. Let's go to Tim Brando in our New York studio.
Okay, Vern, coming up on the Geico
halftime, Alabama leads LSU 7-3 in Baton Rouge. Wednesday on Showtime, JB, Chris Collinsworth, Phil Simms, and Warren Sapp come your way on cable's longest-running show, the multi-award-winning Inside the NFL, every Wednesday on Showtime. Over the years, any number of great games played between these 2 teams. For more on that, here's Tracy Wolfson.
Vern, when Nick Saban took over at Alabama, this rivalry was taken to a whole new level, and it's produced 3 memorable games, and that is our SEC moment presented by Sonic.
They just do get it snapped. Blitz coming. John Parker Wilson, fumble. LSU has recovered. Jacob Hester dives over, touchdown. Nick Saban is back as the coach of the dreaded rival. Blocked. It is blocked. Wilson, quarterback sneak. Yes! Touchdown. Alabama remains undefeated. McElroy, here's Julio Jones. Gets by the safety, and he's got a chance. Touchdown, Alabama! The Crimson Tide win the West.
And it looks like this is shaping up to be another barn burner, Vern.
It does indeed, Trey. 7-3 as we get set for the start of the second half. Earlier this afternoon, Jerry Stovall, one of the great players in LSU history, was honored. He was a halfback here for the Tigers, 60-62, later became the head coach, and he is going to be inducted into the National Football Foundation College Football Hall of Fame in December in New York City. Tipped, intercepted. Caught. Richardson got it. Touchdown from Richardson, 7-3 is the margin of difference as we get set for the start of the third quarter. Moments ago, Tracy Wolfson with Nick Saban.
Coach, you had balance in that first half offensively, but just 7 points. How do you put more points on the board in the second half?
Well, we didn't have very good field position a lot of times. We only put really one good drive together. Penalties really hurt us on a couple big plays that would have changed field position. We just got to execute better. Got to do a better job of focusing and finishing blocks. We got a lot of plays that could break out. Guys coming off and making a play. Got to do a better job in pass protection. When we threw the ball effectively, that's when we scored, and that's what we got to do.
Last 3 games have come down to the fourth quarter against LSU. Did you remind them of that in the locker room?
Well, we got to play a complete game. You know, we don't care what the score is. We got to play a complete game here, and that includes the fourth quarter.
Thanks a lot. Vern?
All right, Tracy, he reminded us last night in a short conversation, in his mind, they have not played a complete game. Teams leading at the halftime has won only 1 of the last 6.
Peterson, double deep.
doesn't augur well for Alabama, if you believe in omens.
Pretty tight game here, though.
Yeah. That one's a touchback, and it comes out to the 20. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson with you here at Tiger Stadium in Death Valley. Anything surprise you at all about the first 30 minutes?
I thought LSU would be able to run the ball better than they have. I think they've run it, 18 or 19 times for less than 2 yards per carry. I think what Les said at the end of the half, we saw that they might complete a couple passes, but here's the problem or the dilemma for LSU. They have not been able to produce the big pass play. In the last 10 quarters, they only have one pass over 20 yards. Where is the big play going to come from? I think that's what LSU has to think. Where do we find it?
Well, here's Jefferson getting loose for a nice little scramble on first down. And that's going to be a first down run of 11 yards.
It does appear that Jordan Jefferson is finding his kind of flow in this football game. You know, he looks more comfortable as he gets more snaps. Jarrett Lee's had a couple nice throws in rhythm, but a couple bad throws out of rhythm.
First down 10 after the 11-yard gain. Shepard in the backfield picks up a couple. How about halftime trends?
Well, you always got to start with the quarterback if you're having the lead, and McElroy has been what Alabama needs him to be consistent. Remember, coming in the second half, he's never thrown as a starter a second half interception. 4 for 4 when they go in that matchup. Julio against Peterson. The LSU quarterbacks have not been able to break out, although they look a little more comfortable this game than I saw them in the last game. And that rushing.
There's a little quick screen out to the left-hand side, and not much there.
That is one part of the game that I thought LSU might try to get started against Alabama was the wide receiver screen. But the Alabama defensive backs have been very aggressive against those short passes, forcing LSU to throw the ball downfield.
35-yard line.
Third down 6. Pump once, run. Didn't get it. It'll be fourth down. Jefferson takes off. Jordan Jefferson reminding us yesterday that he was recruited by both Alabama and LSU. He's from nearby St. Rose. He was actually on his official visit to Alabama when they played LSU in this game. And shortly the next week, I guess it was, Alabama offered Star Jackson a scholarship. Jordan Jefferson said, "That's good enough for me. I'm going to LSU."
Yes, it was. You choose somebody else. Well, I'll tell you, that was a nice play by C.J. Mosley that time. He stood his ground and made the play.
Josh Jasper will punt. Second time in the ball game. Marquise Mays at the 15. Oh, it's a fake. Going left. Here's Jasper. Ran for a first down out of punt formation. Now for the third time this year. Last was against McNeese State.
This was the look they saw earlier in the game. Everybody on the line of scrimmage, they block down, and then the three big guys go to the left. And it's almost a gimme. Second time Alabama did not go punt safe. LSU goes with, now remember, that's an audible. They're not going to run that if they don't get that look. Alabama gave them the look, and they went with the fake punt.
Longest play from scrimmage today. That's a gain of 29 yards.
And we switch quarterbacks.
And Jarrett Lee is on. There's a flag that's been thrown. Could be delay a game.
Dead ball. Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Gosh. Clock management issue. See the clock winding down right side. There's a 4, 3, 2. And there you are.
They've got him posted all around here. Everybody can see him. And the coach can call a timeout.
Yes, he can. 5-yard penalty, delay of game. And those folks were not booing the officials.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't.
Play fake. Lee. Ball is caught by Michael Ford, number 42.
Yeah, Lee was very fortunate to be able to get this ball off.
Number 42.
Second down 12. Excuse me, Gary.
No, it's okay. Marcel Darius has been very quiet in this game. Number 57.
On second down. Hand off Murphy going left, and he picks up a couple. Gets inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. Dean Milliner and Mark Barron make the stop.
Barron and Milner.
Well, here we go. Strength of Alabama now.
Third down, 7. The ball at the 28-yard line. So were they forced to kick from this position, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt. 5 receivers, empty backfield. Lee has it. Delayed blitz.
Well, I tell you, you gamble, you go for a fake punt, and you have a series like that, you're going to have to answer questions about it after. Perfect throw, another drop ball. Angelo Peterson right in the slot. He could have caught it and fell forward almost for a first down. Might have been close, but it would have been at least a decision. Go for it on 4th down.
45 yards. Of course, Hilton was the holder against Florida when they faked the field goal. Here's Jasper from 45. Oh, boy. He quacked that one. So they waste the special teams play. The run out of punt formation by Jasper of 29 yards. That was followed by a change of quarterbacks and a delay of game penalty. And then a couple of unsuccessful efforts, all culminated by wide left. It's still 7-3. .10-17 to go, third quarter. Alabama's 7-3, and they've got the ball.
Yeah, let me say this. There was some confusion after the fake punt that the officials held time for Alabama to substitute. I think that's why the LSU coaches were upset. But remember, when LSU changed personnel, you have to give time for the other team to change personnel also. So I think it was handled correctly.
Tennessee game come to mind? LSU?
Yep.
And at the end of the game, here's Marquise Mays. Oh, boy. That was Craig Lawson, number 6, who cut him down, and we've got another player down for LSU. Maurice Claiborne.
And you can see this is a little rub play right off a dial again. Mays did not touch the ball in the first half. No, it's his second one, only his second catch of the game, and he's one of those, you know, playmakers that Alabama said at halftime, let's find a way to get him the ball. Mays didn't even know if he hit the ground. He didn't land on his feet.
All right, Maurice Claiborne is the injured player. Time has been taken. We'll be right back. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Bud Light, Sonic, Verizon, and by Allstate. Beautiful early November Saturday afternoon here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Aerial coverage of the SEC on CBS Sports provided by MetLife.
Now, and just in case you're an Alabama fan and saying that Marquise Mays never came down, remember that play is not reviewable unless it is for a first down or a touchdown. So wherever the spot is, it is.
Flags. Another look at that last play.
Okay, so when Mays comes across, slight pick to the outside, little rub. Comes down, and you see him kind of circle here, come down, and obviously he didn't come down, he could run. Now in the NFL you could do it. He was called down. He wasn't down, but it's not a reviewable play unless it's the difference between a first down or a touchdown.
5-yard penalty against Alabama. It was a motion call. And it's 1st and 15. McElroy out of the shotgun. Now Ingram, as the play has changed, Michael Williams, the tight end, moves in tight right. McElroy got it to the tight end at the 45-yard line. They may give him the 44. They will.
I'll tell you, the more you watch Craig McElroy, you say, he doesn't have a soft arm. This ball was thrown about 30 yards from where he set his foot over the linebackers, right in there, and he gunned it in right to big Michael Williams.
11 of 16 today. And there's the graphic to which Gary alluded earlier. 170 pass attempts. He's only picked off 4 times this year, once earlier in this game. Here's McElroy. And there's Patrick Peterson and Julio Jones. Now let's go back to the studio for this John Hancock update. Here's Tim Brent.
All right, Vern, after Washington had cut it to 5, 18-13, a 79-yard kickoff return by Josh Huff leads to this 6-yard touchdown strike. Darren Thomas to Jeff Mayo. 25-13 quack attack. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Tim. 2nd down and 10 here.
It is interesting. They go at Julio Jones against Peterson when LSU had another injured defensive back. Claiborne, their starter, is out of the game.
Here's that pistol. McElroy 5 back. Deep right side. He's got a man open. It's Mays. And the catch is not made.
Now that's where they needed to throw the football. That's a wonderful matchup and beats them right at the line of scrimmage. And the ball was just a little thrown to the outside.
Third and 10. 7-3. 9:10 to go, 3rd quarter. That's Kelvin Shepherd. Blitz. McElroy. Man coverage, right side. Incomplete. Harold Simon, number 26.
Another freshman. Go at Simon, back-to-back plays. This is a matchup, and Simon jumps it. How about that? Freshman going against Julio Jones. Back-to-back plays, Simon dodges a bullet.
Cody Mandel is on to punt. 5th time in the game. Patrick Peterson is at the 10-yard line. Oh, he let him go again. And it is stopped at the 6.
Yeah, that was a little tougher one, though, Vern. It was not kicked very well, and he had a long run. That was just one of those kind of pooch punts that worked out well for LSU.
3rd quarter, Death Valley, 7-3, Alabama. Alabama 7-3, Tiger Stadium, 92,000 plus. Last drive began with such promise for LSU. It all began with a fake punt. Josh Jasper goes 29 yards, and they seem to be in really good shape.
And then on 1st down, they brought in a different look. Alabama was given time to substitute, and then the play clock got away from the LSU team. Forced a 3rd and medium, another drop ball, and then the worst came at the end. The special teams that they needed so badly, they missed one.
They have the ball now at their own 6-yard line. 7-3. Jefferson back in at quarterback. Play fake from the end zone. Goes across the middle. He's got Terrence Tolliver at the 25-yard line. That's a quick strike of 19.
And I really think that's what LSU is just going to have to do. You know, this guy Jordan Jefferson threw for 2,100 yards last year. So he can do it. You just got to dial it up. First down, throw something downfield. All those short passes are just getting eaten up by the aggressive defensive backs for Alabama.
That is the longest pass play for LSU in the ballgame. First down from the 25, corner blitz. Jefferson pounded. Whoa, he's got a man open. This is Ruben Randall in a foot race down the sidelines. Touchdown, Louisiana State University. That is the first touchdown pass thrown by Jordan Jefferson since they defeated North Carolina game 1, 2010. "75 yards. Extra point by Jasper is up and good.
I think Dre Kirkpatrick is the guy right here that needed to help. He needed to come back here, and he did not. Watch where he stays. Mark Barron is going to go to the side, but Dre Kirkpatrick never gets back because the other safety valve is at about 6 or 7 yards. The breakdown in the defense was apparent, a perfect throw, and all of a sudden a 75-yard touchdown.
What a sense of exultation from Jordan Jefferson. It has been a long, long season. Ruben Randall, touchdown, Tigers. And it's now time to take a look at our Home Depot tools for success.
Well, we said one of these quarterbacks was going to have to step up and be tough and handle it. Jordan Jefferson on first down coming out is tough, makes the throw, and right here he steps up with Marcel Darius bearing down and making a perfect throw to Randall right there. Look at him just snap it out of the air. A breakdown in the Alabama coverage turns a nice completion into a touchdown completion.
Jordan Jefferson, Ruben Randall, and we look out at the kickoff return team, Marquise Mays and Julio Jones, and it reminds us that Trent Richardson was injured on a touchdown catch. We've not seen him since. Here's Mays going right. Up and out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Patrick Peterson playing special teams is the last guy back there to make that tackle.
There's Richardson. He is responsible for the only Alabama touchdown in this game. Only score.
Remember, first and second down, LSU stopped him on the run. Alabama forced to throw on third down. They get the touchdown, but he got his ankle or knee rolled.
LSU 10-7. Ingram. Nice run. Now let's go to Tim Brando for this Heisman Watch, presented by Nissan.
All right, Vern, after a difficult week off the field, Cam Newton had a great day, a career day on. 317 yards, 4 touchdowns. He ran for a fifth en route to the blowout of Chattanooga. The next tier of candidates for the Heisman, led by Kellen Moore and Andy Dalton, both quarterbacks of their respective teams, each pitching blowout shutouts in progress out west.
All right, Tim, thank you. Second down and a yard, Alabama. Exactly halfway through the third quarter. Ingram does a little wiggle of the hips. It should be enough for a first down. Let's go down to Tracy with an update on Maurice Claiborne.
Yeah, guys, the LSU cornerback out with a head injury right now. They were checking for signs of a concussion. He remains under supervision on the sideline. That's the third starter out for this LSU team and the second in the secondary, guys.
All right, thank you, Trace. We saw Alex Hurst come out in civvies and his right foot in a boot.
Yeah, Brandon Taylor also.
First down 10, Alabama, 7 to go, third quarter. McElroy so far 11 of 19 for 111 yards. Oh, he's got Mays and Peterson battling, and Marquise Mays got the ball, and there's also a flag down.
I think Peterson tried to interfere on the play, and it still was completed. Mays off the line of scrimmage. Now it's a race. And another well-thrown ball. Look at Mays at the end. Stack
Pass
up.
interference. Defense number 7. Penalties decline. Play results in first down.
What I mean by that, once you get by the defender, you get back on top of him and stack him behind you. That keeps him where he only can come through you to get the ball. Mays, perfect technique.
All right, they are looking at it upstairs. McElroy.
Did the ball hit the ground is the question, right?
The play is under review.
Can't tell on that one. I thought the first one I saw it move. Did you see it move?
Yes, I did.
I thought it moved on the first one. Now remember, there is a pass interference on the call too.
So it's going to be a first down one way or the other.
The first look we had, I thought the ball moved.
Here's one more view, and I think that's coming.
I think it's coming back.
Overturned. Yep.
The ground definitely helped on that play.
This is our best look right here. The ball beats Marquise Mays to the ground.
Yep.
Again, the replay official is Jim Allison. So if this is overturned.
Now remember, there was pass interference on the play. All right, I got a question for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
It was already declined by Alabama, the penalty. Do they get a redo on that one? Yes.
Yes, they better, or you and I are going to be in the elevator getting out of Dodge.
You know, you never know.
That's quite true. Well, I must say this is taking Jim Allison a little while to. Of course, there's a lot on the line here. He wants to make sure he's got the right decision. Matt Austin is the referee. Take a look at the best angle we have.
Now, we're not even sure that it's going to be overturned, but I think they can come back. Pretty sure they can come back. We're getting word from our truck. Producer Craig Silver just said, yes, they can still come back and take the penalty. Makes sense, right?
Sure it does.
Yep.
Here's the call.
After further review, the ball was shown to hit the ground. Therefore, the pass is incomplete. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the 39-yard line. First down.
Well, it was a well-executed play, a perfect throw. Patrick Peterson fought it all the way. He had to interfere. He didn't want to give up a touchdown, and his interference call proved to be a smart play because I think that would have ball been caught cleanly if he hadn't.
And it winds up costing Alabama 23 yards. 15-yard penalty as opposed to the 38-yard completion. So it's Alabama first down at the Louisiana State University 46. Been a relatively penalty-free game, hasn't it?
Well, one thing I will agree with Les Miles on when he told Tracy, this game's going down to the end.
They have
They
recently.
always have.
Yeah. Quick screen. They did not get the block on Peterson. He's not able to make the tackle, but he impeded the ball carrier, Julio Jones.
Wide receiver screen did not knock down Peterson, but did get in his way enough to make it a successful 6 or 7 yard play.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
Well, you know, we got a fresh Mark Ingram, and because of the injury to Trent Richardson, I wonder if we're just going to get a whole load of the Heisman Trophy winner.
2nd and 4 here. There's the start of it, if it's going to happen,
defense.
but boy, it sure was.
Yeah, good defense. Kelvin Shepard, Drake Nevis. Shepard was the guy that I think came up and filled hard. Cuts back, cuts right back to the inside linebacker.
3rd and 4. Richardson has not played since making the touchdown catch first half.
Again, remember, Alabama loves the little screen pass to the running backs in 3rd down.
McElroy. Julio Jones has the catch and a first down at the 29-yard line. It was Shepard who got him, but Julio Jones, off of a 12 reception game at Tennessee, is having a big afternoon.
Now, this was a wonderful read by Greg McElroy. See the slot, number 14, Matthew, come on the blitz. He knew right away he was going to come to Julio Jones. Ooh, right in the helmet. That one could have been 15 more yards.
That was Barkevius Mingo. First down, 10. Ingram tries the right side, nothing there.
Not easy.
And that gives us a chance to go back to New York and check in with Tim Brando.
All right, Vern, you and Gary will appreciate this. Joe Paterno's bid for win number 400 is improving. Matt McGloin off the play action to Derek Moy to tie the game once down 21-0. We are. Penn State is now tied at 21 with Northwestern. Back to you.
All right, Tim, thank you. 2nd down. And officially, they're going to call this still a need of 10.
In that game, one of the best old coaches and young coaches in football, Pat Fitzgerald and Joe Paterno.
Yeah. McElroy gets a good block on the right side. That catch is made at the 17-yard line. Marquise Mays. That's a gain of 12.
Ball placement. If you're a quarterback and you like to watch somebody carve up a defense, watch ball placement. Watch where that ball is. Almost in the white, and look at the technique by Mays. That ball, when it was caught, was kind of stretched out over the out of bounds. Beautiful throw.
McElroy gives it off Ingram. Bumps off a 1 tackle, gets inside the 10 and down to the 7. Preston Dial with a key block.
You're right. Bounced off of somebody. Who was it? Inside Shepard, who was actually fighting off a block at the same time. And Dial just kind of being there forced that turnaround by Ingram.
Now the Verizon red zone statistics. Alabama's been inside the 20 just once previously. They scored on a 3rd and goal, and they've got a 2nd down and 1 right now, trailing by 3. Ingram comes left, 1st and goal.
Ingram carry.
Boy, I guess you got to call this awareness, patience. discipline, because he just runs into the pile here and then says, all right, keep going, don't give up on it, and make the first down.
First and goal. Toss, Ingram, left side. Touchdown, Alabama. Got the block that freed him up from Michael Williams and Preston Dial.
Oh, yeah, like we talked about, Alabama has this guy that won the Heisman last year.
Right.
Julio Jones, Greg McElroy, Jordan. You talk about everybody. You still can. How about that being your second option? And answering a 75-yard touchdown pass and the crowd going crazy.
I just read a note this morning that a portion of the state highway is going to be named in Mark Ingram's honor.
That was a bad snap right there, and a good job by A.J. McCarron, the backup quarterback.
In his hometown of Michigan. We work together.
Really?
Yeah.
Preston Dial does a good job again here, Vern. I have to go with the replay. It was a good story.
Whoops. Definite oopta there at the end. Doubleheader next Saturday on CBS. We'll begin with Ole Miss at Tennessee at 12 Eastern start, and then our group will move over to Auburn, Georgia, against Auburn, one of the oldest rivalries in all of college football. And of course, it will feature Cam Newton, the Heisman Trophy candidate. These are updated stats now. 19-5 on touchdowns and interceptions. He's rushed for 1,100 and rushed for 15 touchdowns. Very much in the news this week because of allegations that Kenny Rogers, representing himself as an agent, offered a letter of intent signed by Newton to Mississippi State for $180,000. Well, the Newton family has denied any involvement in that. The Auburn Athletic Department has denied any contact with Kenny Rogers, so denials all around, but it is being investigated by the NCAA. Here's Patrick Peterson. And Gary, just to wrap up the topic for now, we were in touch with Auburn Senior Associate Athletic Director for Compliance, Rich McGlynn. He worked for the NCAA from 2001 to 2006, and he said if a person, in this case Kenny Rogers, was acting on behalf of a school, then it's the school's issue. If the person acted on behalf of the family without their knowledge, the player is eligible. If the person acted on behalf of the family and anybody in the family had knowledge of the action, then there is a problem. As we have said, the Newton family, his dad Cecil and Cam himself, have said there was no contact. Now, certainly caught everybody outside of the Southeastern Conference by surprise. Here's Spencer Ware.
Good football game, but I'll tell you what, just one real quick comment on this with Cam Newton. Isn't it the American way is you take a man at his word? And I'm not worried about the Heisman Trophy. That could survive everything. I asked the voters to look in the mirror and say, what if you vote against them and it's proven that the allegations are false? That seems to me to be the bigger crime.
Second down, 7. Blitz. Jefferson, nice catch. Reuben Randall.
Well, it looks like this game has again turned into Jordan Jefferson's football game. He's now 9 for 11 on the football game. And I think what Les told Tracy at halftime, the couple completions he had might have given him enough confidence to get going.
Remember, at the end of the half, they started their last drive on their own 4-yard line. And here's Russell Shepard going, oh boy, Marquise Mays got him. I beg your pardon. It's the other 4. It's Mark Barron. Mays and Barron both wearing the same number.
Yeah. Great blocking at the point of attack by the LSU wide receivers. It's going to be on the right side of the screen. Watch it come right in there. We're going to watch the fits right there. Two good blocks and split by Russell Shepard, and Mark Barron is the only one that had a chance to get him.
Mark Barron shaken up at the end of the play. That's a 41-yard gain. Now here's the very end of the play. Shepard could not outrun Mark Barron.
Yeah. He was the only one that had a chance, didn't he?
Barron walks off without assistance. It'll be first down and 10 with 1:07 to go. Third quarter.
Let's give Gary Croton, the offensive coordinator for LSU, a good attaboy on that one. That was a nice call. Unbalanced line, overshifted, quick motion, and the speed sweep. Caught Alabama off balance.
Jefferson play action. Chased. He gets by Darius, and he is spilled as he gets to the 17-yard line. Dante Hightower finally got there with help from Josh Chapman.
Gets outside. Alabama does a nice job of taking away the first throw. He goes around Marcel Darius and makes something a positive play.
Randall Shepard wide to the left. Mark Barron is back on the field. And he'll blitz. Pass is left side. Richard Murphy, third down. C.J. Mosley made the tackle, which resulted in a loss of 1. We have reached the end of 3 with the score 14-10. We'll return to Tiger Stadium right after this word from your local station.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the beginning of the fourth quarter. The sun will soon find its home in the western sky, and it will be Saturday night in Death Valley.
That's why you love college football.
Absolutely.
That was the announcement made during the break because they do love their football. On Saturday night in Death Valley, they've won 218 games at night in the last 50 years. Here's Jefferson being caught and dropped by C.J. Mosley.
Well, you have to believe that Kirby Smart and Nick Saban said, let's keep a guy on number 9. Especially in shotgun. They knew he was going to carry the ball. Mosley filled it perfectly, and that was a dead stop.
That's going to bring on Josh Jasper, who was 1 of 2 today. Made one from 45, missed from 45, this from 35 to pull the Tigers unless Miles is out on the field.
He called a timeout.
Yeah.
I just wonder if they had a fake called and he did not like it, because they were aligned fine.
Now this is a moment ago. Timeout.
They had 11 guys out there. They were lined up correctly. I think Les might have thought they had a fake on and he didn't want it.
Time taken. LSU.
And now it's time for our Geico game recap.
Well, a 14-13 game. Let's bring you up to date. The first points on the board. Jasper 45 yards away, 3-0. LSU. Alabama got a long touchdown drive, but Greg McElroy caught Trent Richardson for the touchdown, 7-3. Next up, a 75-yard pass. Ruben Randall on the receiving end of Jordan Jefferson pass, but that lead didn't last long. At the other end of the field, the quick toss. Mark Ingram comes to the left side, 5 yards, 14-10. And then just a moment ago, Josh Jasper from 35 yards out, 14-13, Alabama with LSU about to kick off.
For the Tigers, Mays and Jones.
Jasper will kick off. Marquise Mays and Julio Jones are the deep men. This is Marquise Mays drifting back, now drifting forward, and takes it at the 10. And he's going to get out near. Is there a fumble or a scramble? Alabama will retain possession of it. So 14-13, almost the whole fourth quarter. What are your expectations?
We've just started. That's my expectations. I knew it'd come down to the fourth quarter. Tough football game. Everybody playing as hard as they can. Great athletes all over the field. Ebb and flow. Just everything you want in a great college football game.
Well, 14-13, these two old rivals. And there's a lot at stake, as we've said. Alabama can still get to Atlanta and even get to the national championship game if they win today. LSU needs to win and get a little help to reach their goals for the year. Richardson is back on the field. Here's McElroy. Little crossing pattern for Marquise Mays. It's no good. 2nd and 10. We go back to Tim Brando in New York.
All right, Vern, Gary Silas Red's going to take this one in from 4 yards out. Penn State gets its first lead of the day. They've now scored 28 unanswered. Let's get back now to Baton Rouge for what is the college football equivalent of the back nine on Sunday at Augusta. Vern?
Just about.
Tim. Yeah, you bet. 2nd and 10. Delayed blitz.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful call.
Ryan Baker, number 22.
Yeah, this had to be a bust. An inside linebacker is always assigned either to a running back or the offensive line. This has to be a bust on the play. He delays one step. Not really. I got to believe Trent Richardson, number 3, should have stayed home and blocked him on the play. And, you know, keeping in the back nine, the patrons are very loud.
Hand off, Richardson. Went down hard. Thorold Simon, number 26, true freshman. 3 starters injured, 2 on defense for LSU in this game. Simon with the tackle. It's 4th and 13, and Patrick Peterson is back to return the punt.
Pretty amazing. Eric Reed, Greg Lawson, Taron Mathau, Taron Simon, 4 freshmen contributing for LSU.
Mandel sends it away. Short punt taken by Peterson. Flag is down.
Yeah, it's not going to count. LSU was in the neutral zone. I bet Alabama will repunt this ball.
Chris Jordan made the tackle.
I think it was Kiki Mingo, number 49, that was in the neutral zone.
83-yard line.
That was very good field position. Let's see how big this 5-yard penalty is.
Offside. Defense 49. 5-yard penalty for the previous spot. Repeat 4th down.
Take another look at it, Gary.
Yep, into the neutral zone right there. Had his foot right in there.
So they will re-kick
And I think LSU had the ball on the 46-yard line.
Yes.
Let's see where it ends up.
Peterson now back inside the 20. Cody Mandel gets the snap. That one's not that much better, but it gets a bit of an Alabama roll. Is it touched?
Yep, it did.
Well, now let's unravel the pile.
Patrick Peterson was very upset. Let's see who got it. Looks like LSU from body language.
Yeah. Ron Brooks might come out of there, number 13. Yes. Looks like Brooks got it.
He better. That's the ball.
Wow.
He's the one that hit his foot.
First down for the Tigers.
Brooks is blocking on the play, hits him in the foot, and he gets it. So the penalty cost LSU almost a football, but 23 yards on the play.
And that, I would say, is a scholarship-saving recovery. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Travelers. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1. Chick-fil-A. And by Ford F-150. And a reminder that aerial coverage of the SEC on CBS Sports is provided
College football.
by MetLife.
Michigan 65, Illinois, correction, Michigan 67, Illinois 65.
Sellout crowd here.
37 yards, total offense.
Josh Chapman, number 99, nose tackle. Look at this. That's extraordinary. Only 2 fumble recoveries all year.
Can't find him.
Jefferson has gone the distance for the most part in this half. And now Red Lobster presents today's Scholar Athletes. P.J. Lonigan with a grade point average of 3.1, a major in business management, and the LSU Center, member of the SEC Academic Honor Roll. Red Lobster's commitment to the investment of our future shown today by donating $1,000 to LSU's General Scholarship Fund. Broken tackle, another broken tackle. And Stephen Ridley is across the 50 with a first down.
Well, Stephen Ridley said, if I can do it against Alabama, I can show everybody that I can do it against the best. Runs away from Damian Square, runs away from Mark Barron, and then's taken out. What a positive play. 2 big runs for LSU.
And a first down. Actually was marked out of bounds just short of the 50, and that pass incomplete for Terrence Tolliver. Dre Kirkpatrick, number 21, was defending.
Well, who has the advantage in a tight game? Alabama's been in them for 2 years, but LSU, they're 4-1 this year. Started out with North Carolina, West Virginia they won, Tennessee they won with an asterisk, Florida they won late, and then of course last week against Auburn they had the ball but didn't pull it off. Alabama's 1-1. Arkansas they won, and South Carolina they lost.
Second down 10, 14-13. Confusion defensively, and Ridley comes left, takes advantage of that inexact defense that Alabama threw down. That's a gain of 19.
Well, let's give it to the offensive line. Going behind Barksdale right here. Cleans it out. Good block up front for the fullback.
That was Stampley. That quick handoff, and we're nearing the 11-minute mark. Marcel Darius with the last tackle. Toss. Michael Ford, number 42, he gets to the 30-yard line.
Well, you know Les Miles, this is what he loves. End of the football game, pounding the ball downhill, challenging his offensive line to be physical against the defending national champions. And Vern, if they don't gain a yard, it's a a 47-yard field goal from here.
Jefferson option pitch. Ford gets around the corner. Oh, it looks like he's going to be a yard short. Ronnie Lester, number 37, with the contact. And C.J. Mosley was also in the neighborhood. Oh, boy.
Decision time. I actually thought Jordan Jefferson should keep this inside. He pitched it, and Ford outran the defense.
4th and 1. Timeout.
Oh, man. Clock running down. And Les is going to say this is too important. I want a timeout and make a decision.
That is the second LSU timeout. The first was called in this half as they lined up for a field goal. With 9:51 to go, Les Miles apparently has decided to keep Josh Jasper on the bench. Were he to try a field goal to take the lead, it would be from 43 yards away. For the season, including today, he is 5 of 7 between 40 and 49. But Jasper apparently, Gary, will stay on the bench, and Miles is going to go for the first down.
It's just not Les Miles, is it? I mean, he's going to go for it. I don't blame him. If it was a half-yard back, I would kick it too. But I think you look at your guys and say, you want to win the championship, we're going for it.
Jefferson is the quarterback. Ridley, the running back. Toss. Ridley, reverse. Here comes the left side. D'Angelo Peterson inside the 5. Out of bounds, 1st and goal.
Well, as he's called, the Mad Hatter. And he had a play. He looked at his team and said, we got a play that's going to work, and we're going to go for it.
How about the block? Jefferson on Barron. 23 yards to the 3. Ridley down to the 1.
Goal.
9 minutes to go. 2nd and goal. Up. In.
Did he drop the ball?
Looks like Kerry Murphy got there first. Number 64, Alabama.
Let's see. Up and over, didn't make it. And he's stretching the ball out. Marcel Darius takes it out of his hands.
3rd and goal. Let's try Ridley again. Spins and scores. Touchdown, Louisiana State University.
Definitely going to go for 2. They went against Tennessee, to the left when they had to have it, and they went to the left again with Ridley.
Barksdale and DeRosick, the heavy hitters on the left side of that offensive line. Alabama calls timeout. They've got 2 left. Let's go back to the 4th down play, Garrett.
Excuse me, Vern. Remember against Florida, he took a timeout to do the fake field goal. Now on 4th down, Les takes a timeout for the reverse. And Jefferson out front takes out Mark Barron, and almost a touchdown. Les Miles, the Mad Hatter, finishes it the way he likes to, with the power to the left. I still recall that game against Florida with the fourth down plays.
We were here on a Saturday night in 2007. Les Miles earned his nickname that night in that 28-24 victory over Florida. Miles went for first down 5 times on 4th down, including for the winning touchdown. Every time I saw in practice that they did this, 2 points, they rolled to the right. Let's see if they do it. Here's Jefferson. Got it. Rendell. A 77-yard drive, every single yard on the ground. Les Miles' team is on top. Now, if you think that they quit cheering while we were away, nope, you just haven't had your portion of etouffee.
The whole, what was it, 2 minutes?
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Well, Greg McElroy has been here before. Remember Les? You know what I got to say? They may call him the Mad Hatter, but there's a method to his madness.
Well, there's 7-1, hoping to go 8-1 in this one. There's Julio Jones. From behind, Tyrann Mathieu. Tomorrow on CBS, the Chicago Cubs boss goes undercover at baseball's legendary Wrigley Field. An all-new undercover boss tomorrow, only CBS. You know, George Schweitzer, who is in charge of all that promotion and marketing for CBS, likes it when you and I say we watch programs, likes it a lot. We watch undercover boss. Ingram. Well, Greg McElroy in his second year as a starter out of South Lake Carroll High School in Texas. How about his fourth quarter efforts last 2 years? McElroy 3 of 5 against Virginia Tech, 88 yards in 09 against LSU. Offensive coordinator Jim McElwain working with him.
And with under 8 minutes, if you're Jim McElwain, you know you're probably only going to get 2 tries.
Saw Kelvin Shepard exhorting his teammates on.
Fumble.
Down.
Fumble.
Ball's out.
Guess who? Drake Nevis. Drake, I got you covered, Drake.
Guess who else? Kelvin Shepard.
Well, this series has always been a story of fourth quarter turnovers. Watch Drake Nevis right in the middle. Arm over, knocks the ball loose, and then his buddy, number 11, falls on it. What a play. What an All-American play by Drake Nevis.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Well, he led the chant with all of his teammates surrounding him. Nevis was in that group just before they left the field. Highly emotional Kelvin Shepard. Jefferson. Now, Gary, Jordan Jefferson stays in at quarterback. Do you think he's done enough to end the rotation for the moment?
It's not even a contest. The guy in this game is 10 for 13. He's proven to the coaches that he can handle the game plan, run the ball, and throw the ball. LSU must at least put a field goal on the board here.
Ridley going right down at the 25. It's going to be third and long.
Stephen Ridley, the ball here, right side. Upshaw.
6:45 to go.
Here comes Stampley, number 35. And they usually run behind him at fullback. They probably will run left, too, if they run. Just center it up for a field goal. Should be inside 40 yards, shouldn't it, for the field goal try now?
Yes, here comes Jasper.
And Lester, fourth down.
Following the fumble by McElroy, forced by Drake Nevis. And recovered by Kelvin Shepard. Under 6 to go.
Let's see if LSU runs this down, play clock as low as they can go.
Derek Helton will hold it. Joey Crapel, number 50, is the center.
Good job.
Right down the pipe. Five minutes, 34 seconds to go. 5:34 to go in this one. It's 24-14. Flashback to the last 3 years, Gary.
In 2007, it was Chad Jones, a fourth quarter turnover. In 2008, Rashad Johnson in overtime ends the game. Here's the turnover that wasn't, that decided the game. Remember Alabama, and then moments ago, the turnover in the fourth quarter. He beats Playhouse up top. The turnover to put a 10-point lead for LSU.
Here's Jasper to kick off. Marquise Mays at the 5. Really bounces off the open field tackle attempt and gets out near the 27-yard line. So the Crimson Tide of Alabama, one defeat so far this year. That was at South Carolina. They control their destiny, but if they lose here this afternoon, it's going to be tough to get back to Atlanta as the SEC West champions.
Well, and that means if Auburn beats Georgia, they're in.
Yes. Blitz coming. McElroy hit up high as he gets rid of it. Preston Dial with the catch.
Right off the slot again. Coming from his blind side, coming right across. Lays him out.
There's Tyrann Mathieu, excuse me.
Oh, I didn't know who it was. Thank you, Vern. A whole different feel here.
Tipped. Dropped. Peterson's right there. Incomplete pass.
Whole different feel for Alabama. They cannot matriculate down the field now, as Henry Stram used to say. They need to stay shotgun. They need to throw the ball. It was tipped up front.
Ron Brooks, number 13. You know, the late Hank Stram. That was one of his most famous. He was wired for sound in Super Bowl IV as head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, and he had that rolled up program, kept swatting it one hand to the other. Here's Darius Hanks, and that's going to be short of the first down. And Hank Stram famously said, let's keep matriculating up and down the field, boys. Let's matriculate up and down the field.
It's very, look at, I tell you, Coach Chavis is not laying back. He's very aggressive.
Third down short.
He's coming again with players.
Big hole. And a first down at the 35-yard line. Tyrann Mathieu made the stop.
Nice cutback by Ingram here. Feels it, cuts back to the backside behind McCullough's block. Number 52. Nice read.
McElroy underneath. Julio Jones doesn't quite get to the first down line. Carnell Hatcher, 37, makes the stop.
Hatcher. Picked up 9 yards. Second down 1.
Second and 1. Marquise Mays. First down at the 14-yard line. Clock will stop as they reset the chain. Pretty impressive drive now by Alabama. Taking the short pass. From right. Catch is made by Brad Smelly, number 17. He's out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
So 7 plays on the drive. 6 of them have been passed. A little third and short and you run by Ingram is the only running play.
Hatcher injured on the bench. Batted down.
I'll tell you, there's no backup in the intensity and the strategy from LSU. They just keep coming. Mingo that time. Kiki Mingo comes in there and is in the face of the quarterback.
Third down from the 10. Third and 5.
And remember, a field goal is needed. So if they get nothing here, they could kick the field goal in this drive.
McElroy in the end zone. Julio Jones. Touchdown, Alabama.
Well, I'm very surprised Patrick Peterson allowed Julio Jones to get inside of him here. One-on-one coverage, inside technique. See, there's the straight line, and he lets him get inside of him, and he's dead. Once you let a guy 6'4" get inside, you're dead.
Jeremy Shelley will try the extra point. It's up, and it is good. And with 3 minutes and 23 seconds still remaining in the fourth quarter.
Put it up high, go to your go-to guy, and don't worry about who's covering. You throw a good ball, they can't stop it.
Yes. 24-21.
Alabama has 2 timeouts. Will they kick it deep or onside kick it? I'm pretty surprised that LSU isn't trying to discourage the onside kick and put the hands team up front. I do think Alabama wants to kick it deep.
Cade Foster will kick it off, number 43. Peterson and Brooks are the 2 deep men there back at the 10-yard line. Deep she goes. At the 3. Peterson. Nice open field tackle by Will Lowry, number 29. Well, what a significant game in the SEC West. Auburn went out of conference today and waylaid Chattanooga. Alabama, LSU tied 4-1. LSU's loss was to Auburn, so even if they do win this game, they need some more help. They're going to become huge Alabama fans.
All right, LSU needs 1 first down.
Okay.
I think they can ice this game. Alabama knows it. They have to stop it. They have to have a 3-and-out.
Option right. pitch. Tackle made. That's D. Milliner, number 28.
Yeah, negative play. Exactly what they didn't need, and Jordan Jefferson took one right in the chops.
Alabama calls time.
I think it was Damian Square, number 92 again. Yep, good clean play on the option.
The hit from Square. Jefferson is down. The tackle results in a loss. And Jefferson still. It's an injury timeout. Important. Alabama did call timeout, then it was dictated as an injury timeout, so they were given that time back. They have 2 remaining.
Yes, because it's only going to be a 25-second clock now instead of a 40-second clock. Jared Lee has to just go out there. I wonder if they'll let Lee throw the ball. That's because, you know, first down wins the game, turnover loses the game.
And it'll be 2nd down and 13. Lee gave way to Jefferson for most of this game.
You know, looks like Jordan Jefferson could come back on the field. He looks like he could go.
After this play.
Yes. Well, they could use a timeout if they wanted him to get in the game and get him back in for this play.
Jarrett Lee under center. Toss, Ridley. 3rd down. D. Milliner, the freshman out of Millbrook, Alabama. Timeout, Alabama. Now they have 1. Let's go back to Tim Brando in New York.
All right, Vern, you have to start thinking about those other one-loss teams that are out there. Nebraska against Iowa State in overtime. Iowa State decides to go. They didn't have to go for 2 on the fake. Intercepted by Eric Haig, and the Cornhuskers hold on, winning at 31-30 over the Cyclones. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Tim. 3rd down here. 13 the need. 2:49 to go. Both teams 1 timeout left.
So,
yes.
How mad is the Hatter? Will they throw the ball? Remember, 4th and 1 earlier. Les takes a timeout and goes with a play he had and knew he had it. Now they're going to go in shotgun, and Jarrett Lee is going to stay in the game.
3rd and 13. Lee up, goes deep. Wide open is Randall. Still on his feet. Decides to camp his tent at the 34-yard line.
I don't mean anything bad for Alabama, but I've seen Jarrett Lee go through hell. Okay, throwing those picks as a freshman and coming back, he rides up in the pocket and delivers it. How about the guts of a coaching staff to ask the quarterback with all those pick 6 to throw it and make the play?
There's a flag in the vicinity of where Randall went down.
Following the play, dead ball, personal foul, 68 of the offense. It's a 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
That's Joe DeRosick, the left guard. I understand what your point about Jarrett Lee, though.
Yep.
As a redshirt freshman starter, 14 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, 7 of them returned for touchdowns.
He hit Will Lowry, number 29, right in the back. Watch this. DeRosick, bad play. Might not mean anything.
Yeah. Here is Jarrett Lee out of Brenham, Texas. What a huge pass completions on third down. Ridley. Upshaw trying to take the ball away and can't.
Well, we started the show by saying the two quarterbacks had to come through. And basically, they both have come through.
Alabama has used its final timeout. We'll be right back. 2:02 to go in this one, but just a moment ago on third down and 13, Jarrett Lee on for an injured Jordan Jefferson. Had a 41-yard completion to Ruben Randall.
And just think about it, going through his head, he knows if he makes a mistake, he may have to hide his way out of town. And he stepped up and delivered it. What would your friend Bill Raftery say about that?
Onions!
Got it.
And then he'd say it again. Oh, goodness. 1:50 to go. Third down 8.
He will not be able to run the clock out. There'll be about 30 seconds left when they have to punt the ball.
Ridley takes off 3. Third down 6. 45-yard line.
On third down, here comes LSU with a 3-point lead. Jefferson is back in. Hand off Ridley going right. It'll be fourth down.
Ridley on the right side. Kirkpatrick and Mosley. Made the stop.
Clock at 50 seconds. 4th and 3.
Les will probably run it down to 1 second and take a timeout so he can set up his punt. He also could take a penalty if he had to.
5 seconds to go. He did take the penalty. So Matt Austin will confirm what we already know.
Dead ball, delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, still fourth down.
Well, Tim Brando, Spencer Tillman, Tony Barnhart standing by impatiently, I'm sure, for the Jeep postgame show. That's next on CBS Sports. We've had another dandy here in the Southeastern Conference, and Josh Jasper is going to pooch kick this one. Marquise Mays will go back to return it.
Yep, catch and hit. 1
Fair
second.
catch. There you are. At the 14-yard line. Alabama gets it back out of timeouts.
I think you got to either go hook and lateral right away or throw the Big Ben deep right away. You don't have time to mess around. Patrick Peterson is the middle of the field, about 40 yards deep, playing center field.
McElroy, Julio Jones drops this one. That is a rare sight indeed. Second down 10.
There's Peterson way back there on the 45-yard line.
McElroy goes for it all. Tipped, incomplete. 4 seconds to go.
Wow, that had a chance. Darius Hanks had a chance on that one. Watch number 15. This ball goes straight up in the air, and Hanks to the right side has a chance to get this one. Up in the air, watch Hanks. He actually overran it.
Third and 10. Hook and lateral. Darius Hanks. Ball game. Shake about 2 hours before the kickoff. They meet each other at midfield again. Nick Saban, Les Miles. Player of the game, we're going to give it to 2 men. Jordan Jefferson, 10 of 13, 141 yards, and a huge touchdown pass of 75 yards.
Coming out of his own end zone, 2 straight passes to change the flavor of the game.
That one to Randall for 75, and then on 3rd and 13, Jarrett Lee for an injured Jord, and Jefferson hit this pass for 41 yards and a first down. And as Ruben Randall falls to the ground, we go down to Tracy, who's with Les Miles.
Les Miles just a tad bit excited here after this victory. We saw the Mad Hatter, 4th and 1 in the reverse. Did you just feel you needed to pull something out in order to get this win?
Fortunately, I got a great team. Got coaches prepared them well. It's been a mistake not to make that call. I got to tell you, that Alabama football team and Nick Saban has done a hell of a job preparing that team. We're honored to play as well as we did, and with a quality game. This is the best of college football. Don't let anybody kid you. You look right around right here. It is about Tiger Stadium and a quality opponent playing a great college game.
Congratulations. Enjoy the victory, Coach.
I promise you I will.
We're welcome.
Thanks, Trace. I think we also began the afternoon about 4 hours ago saying, well, it's another average Saturday afternoon in the Southeastern Conference.
I think Les Miles should just start his own network.
For Tracy Wilson, Gary Danielson, our entire crew, Vern Lundquist, it's Saturday night in Death Valley.